10 for at 160 Hancock.
We're trying to keep our route. We change them practically every day to where we won't have the same pattern. And the police has been riding either ahead or behind and watching, keeping a close eye on everything.
Well, the pictures are in the paper, this last one that they put out. I think it's probably as accurate as any that they have put up. Since this last threat about the school bus, we don't know what's going to happen, what his mode of operation is or anything. I have no malice, I mean, in my heart against him. I just don't want this to happen again to anyone else.
Because that was coming in on his private phone, and this is coming in on his people. Now, no one... Dinner may be too rich. It's not going there because it didn't sound like the same book. I don't think that anyone that does a thing like that, everybody in San Francisco... Oh, he's here. Now, that may...
I can't. Negative. I can't say. All I can say is this man needed help. This man seemed like a man who was coming up to a storm or to a climax. And this very blood-curdling thing at one of the cutoffs where he said, children kill, and then a sort of an agonized cutoff, enough to turn your hair whiter than mine.
So inside the thrift shop, St. Vincent de Paul, attorney Melvin Belli and the San Francisco police waited for the Zodiac Killer. The man did not show, so now all we can do is wait perhaps for that next phone call from the man who calls himself Zodiac, who has killed 5 and says he's going to kill again. Dick Shoemaker, ABC News, San Francisco.
Well, okay.
Hey, this is the guy or not? We're rolling again.
Well,
Dick Shoemaker with ABC out of Los Angeles. Apparently it was a dry run this morning, that nothing happened. You waited and waited and he didn't show.
Well, we came out at, was at 10:30, and I waited for him, and there was no show, but I think he's going to call me again, or he'll call Jim again. It sounded like he's a man that needed help very much. Whether this is Zodiac or the man that we told him to call us Sam, so that it would be a little more informal, whether that's Zodiac or not, I don't know. But this man was a sick man. I think Jim and I both feel that, don't we, Jim?
yeah, I don't think there's any question about that.
There seems to be some question of whether or not this really was Zodiac. We can't be sure. Can in your
I
experience?
I think in most everyone's mind is the very real possibility that this was some sick hoax. I know that was going through my mind. I hate to suggest that, but and it was pretty chilling. I think we talked to him on 15 occasions over the 2 hours. But and you know, I don't know that anybody's written a book on that kind of psychopathic behavior. So whether or not you know, whether we were talking to Zodiac, we don't know. And at this point, we got a call from San Francisco Homicide last night about 2, and they told us that they'd been in touch. As a matter of fact, there'd been 2 separate calls from someone that apparently had them generally satisfied, identified himself as Zodiac, and they seem to feel that this is a pretty good prospect.
See, this man called twice last night, and he'd apparently heard me on Jim's show a couple of weeks ago, and I struck a responsive chord. And as Jim talks to these people, he's warm, and they had a friendly feeling to him. And then Lee Bailey had been on the show some time ago, and he said that he wanted either Lee or me to represent him, and I think that he said that he wanted to give himself up. So they asked if I would come on the show with Jim. Do we have a call for me?
One final question, Mel. At any time...
Let me see, this may be a call. We're waiting now for a call from this fellow.
He hasn't contacted you yet since you've been
Not
out
since we've been out here, and we've told the communication media for him, Zodiac or Sam, to get in touch with Jim or to get in touch with me at the office, and we'll set up another meeting. I don't know why this one didn't come off, but I felt on the way out, as these men usually do, they set up a first meeting. They're suspicious. I showed my good faith. I don't mind wasting that time myself. But the next one, he's going to have to be real on.
You didn't trace the call at all?
No. We told him we weren't going to trace any calls. We didn't trace any calls. As a matter of fact, we took a private call.
Yeah, we did not make an attempt to trace it or bug it in any way.
What's up next, Jim? You going to pursue this thing further? Are you going to pursue it further?
Well, there's nothing I can do. You know, it's really his game.
You're going to ask him to call you back, request that he calls you back?
If he
We
gets it-
have. Be harmed, and he wouldn't have been harmed, and that I guaranteed to him, and I wouldn't have done that over the TV to the people of San Francisco and then had him harmed. I'd rather gotten shot in myself first and broken my word on that.
I think we can say honestly that we acted in good faith on this. He requested some assistance, and we tried to give it to him.
You both sound convinced that this is the man. This
No.
is not
we're not
Holmes.
convinced, really. I'm not convinced.
I'm
I
convinced
don't
that this
know.
is a kook.
Well,
I mean, a sick man,
Yeah,
not a kook
somebody
in the
that's
sense that
not well.
he's perpetrating a hoax. Don't you feel that this is a sick man, Jim?
Oh, yeah. Not
And
well.
tragically sick man. Gee, I've never had anything in my life as chilling and as dramatic as talking to a sick man at all of San Francisco listening in. Blood curdling screams at the end and yell and chill and the rest of it. I'll tell you, my
Thank you very much. All right, let's see what we Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
I'll take this.
Okay. More or less that. You got a So for more than 2 hours, attorney Melvin Belli and the police waited for the Zodiac Killer to show up. He never did. Cut. Let me do that again. So for more than 2 hours, attorney Melvin Belli and the San Francisco police waited for the Zodiac Killer to show up. Unfortunately, he did not. Now all we can do is wait, perhaps for that next phone call from the man who calls himself the Zodiac Killer. Dick Shoemaker, ABC News, San Francisco. Do it again. So for more than 2 hours, attorney Melvin Belli and the police waited for the Zodiac Killer. Unfortunately, the man did not show up. So now all we can do is wait. Wait until the next time, when the Zodiac Killer calls again. Dick Shoemaker, ABC News, San Francisco. Let me try once more. So for more than 2 hours, the San Francisco police and attorney Melvin Belli waited for the man who calls himself the Zodiac Killer. He did not show up. So now all we can do is wait. Wait until that next phone call from the man who supposedly has killed 5 and says he's going to kill again. Dick Shoemaker, ABC News, San Francisco. Okay.